put there, so you can take that picture that everybody loves to take, with the big views in front of you where you're sitting looking at it and you take it from behind. You know the picture. You've all taken it. This large area also contains a very big, very well put together cairn, which I'm not entirely sure what it's there for, since it's definitely not the summit, since both summit peaks are right in front of you at this point, further up this highway in the sky trail, but it's there and cool nonetheless. I was very hungry at this point and wanted to get to the true summit so I could sit and eat my lunch. God, I couldn't wait to eat my lunch, which I'll tell you all about, but not yet, because it's not lunchtime yet, so don't even try it. Just cruising across the cliffs here as you walk it you walk at an angle going across the slope. If you could decide to just roll and tumble down and tumble all the way down the mountain, all the way to that pond. But yeah, this is a very cool stretch. Of course, I'm walking at an angle, but not bad. Walking on this rock cliff, if you can't hear it. Very dry today, considering how much rain we've had lately. The whole trail, other than the various little muddy sections here and there, of course. But that is the Adirondacks, whether it's July and dry or May and wet, there's going to be mud. But a perfect day here on the trail. Carrying on along the ridge while a very remote Adirondack pond sits in the valley below to the right, undoubtedly a hot spot for animal activity, I'd imagine. The trail finally brought me up to the final climb to the true J Mountain summit. The trail goes into a col and back up in the woods onto the Rocky Point summit you've been staring at for the last mile. I was finally there. It was just before 8:30 a.m. when I arrived, so 2.5 hours since signing in, which included a stay on the first lookout summit area, as well as stopping a lot to take photos on this mountain. But here I am, on top of the true summit, 3,576 feet in the Adirondack sky, the 82nd highest peak in the Adirondacks, J Mountain. Pure ADK is an online community and lifestyle brand that creates Adirondack-inspired apparel and goods. They're all about sharing their adventures and creating quality products that are a reflection of the outdoor lifestyle and activities we love in the Adirondack Mountains. Whether born and raised an Adirondack native or a frequent vacationer, we all have a common bond, those feelings and memories that the Adirondacks evoke in us. As a bonus for listeners of the podcast, they're providing a 15% off discount. When shopping in their online store, use the promo code 46podcast to redeem the offer. PureAdirondacks.com. Check it out. 46podcast. Pure ADK. Exploration unbound. Well, it's a nice, quiet, perfect day here on the summit at J Mountain, which stands 3,600 feet elevation. The hike today was 2,200 feet of elevation gain. And it is a beautiful day. Some clouds in the sky, mostly blue, as good as it gets. The summit here is a huge rocky summit with 360-degree views. Sitting here eating lunch. In front of me are the high peaks. We've got just everything. Dix, the Great Range, Marcy. Right there's giant Rocky Peak Ridge kind of in the clouds. And then on to my right is Whiteface, which still has a little bit of snow on it, but it's definitely melting away. And then to the left of Whiteface is Moose Mountain in Lake Placid, which is one of my favorite peaks in the Adirondacks. Next to it's Mackenzie. Then over to the right of Whiteface, we have Catamount over there. It says this little guy in front of me is Winch Mountain. Then we've got Vermont behind me here. Canada over there. Just incredible. If you haven't hiked J, add it to your list. Oh, and even as I said that, now look, the sun is coming out from behind that cloud. It's as if what I was about to say was going to really change your life. Jay Mountain. The sun started shining when I told you it was time to go hike that peak. This peak. Nice day here on Jay. Can you hear those summit sounds? Get away from me, bug. You're ruining my summit audio. Stupid bug. I feel like this may become my new favorite Adirondack peak. Maybe. I really love Moose Mountain, but man, Jay is cool. The unique element of this ridge walk truly puts this mountain over the top, if I haven't mentioned it. So I took off my pack, sat down, and ate my victory sandwich. Today we had buffalo chicken breast, provolone cheese, spinach, cayenne pepper mayonnaise that I made myself, on a toasted everything bagel, and a bag of kettle-cooked potato chips. Delicious. My stomach was growling well before I made it to the summit, so I was pretty hungry at this point. But I ate my lunch on top of the sunny summit, taking in all the views, including front row views to another mountain here in the Jay Mountain Wilderness, Saddleback Mountain. No, not the high peak, but a different Saddleback. A perfect hike on a perfect day. After about 30 minutes, I decided to start my journey home. I was thrilled to walk back along the ridge, knowing all the views I still had in front of me the whole time, so it was pretty fun. Just made my way off that summit boulder. That summit stretch. Now I'm back on the old highway in the sky. Old dirt trail, walking along the ridge. And now the giant, magnificent views are to my left, as opposed to my right. Climb up this little section. Back at that flat boulder area with the giant cairn, and there it is. Very well done, well put together. I do not know the significance behind it. If you know the significance behind it, let me know, because I am quite curious. So now I'm on this flat boulder, flat summity type of section, and the actual summit is now behind me, poking up. Oh, and here we are back at the two boulders that I said would make a great place to sit and have a little picnic, taking the views with a nice photo. Of course, I only hike solo because I can never find someone to come with me, so I don't really have someone to take that cool from behind photo. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Like usual, I made my way back far faster than my way over to the summit, probably because I didn't stop so many times to take photos this time around. But before I knew it, I suddenly saw a trail junction and a blue trail marker, confusing me for a moment. Oh, I guess I'm back at the first summit. That was quick. But I was back about to begin my long 2.5 mile of switchback trail back to my car. I already missed those open summit views that I had for the last few hours of hiking. Man, do I miss them. Soon after starting down the soft trail through the lush, thick forest, I passed my first hiker on the day. Hey, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
This is the first one since October. I'm doing all right.
Great. Who I had a great conversation with as we were both hiking solo. Turns out he's also a Lake Placid Niner winter finisher and about to become a 46er. He mentioned a cool idea someone told him about that he planned to do himself to finish his 46. He was going to finish on Whiteface, but his plan was to drive to the summit, hike down the mountain to the trailhead, then turn around and hike back up, allowing him to celebrate with his friends and families at the summit once he truly finishes instead of at the trailhead. Great idea. But down the trail I went, eventually passing many hikers who were out here enjoying the perfect weather today. Group after group, some trail runners, some locals who come up Jay constantly because it's such a gem, and then soon after I was back at the rock wall in the woods from earlier today, letting me know the trailhead was not far from this point. And then before I knew it, a few more steps and I was back signing out of the trailhead at 10:40 a.m., totaling my day's journey at 4 hours and 40 minutes car to car. A mountain that can be hiked in much less time and much more time as well. I can't say enough positive things about Jay Mountain, and I hope I conveyed a little bit of what you can expect on this epic mountain here on today's episode. You absolutely have to experience this one for yourself firsthand to really understand. And as I mentioned earlier, save this one for a clear, sunny day. You'll thank me later. Well, another successful day in the woods on Jay Mountain, a true Adirondack gem as I hiked the highway in the sky on my way to now one of my new favorite mountains that I've ever been on. Thanks for listening to the 46 of 46 podcast. If you have a second, give it a follow on Instagram and Facebook. I'd really appreciate it. And check back soon for new mountains, new stories, and new episodes. Remember to always leave no trace, do the rock hop, and if you carry it in, carry it out. See you on the trail. Looking for a way to commemorate your Adirondack hiking experiences? The 46ers collection from 46ers.com is a great way to do exactly that. Their unique lapel pins for each of the 46 high peaks make great keepsakes or gifts. Check them out at 46ers.com. That's 46ers.com.